vegetables.
Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to tell you, I'm going the Aaron route. I'm going all the way, man.
And watch what happens, Al. You watch what happens. That 11 pounds is nothing. Watch what happens. In the next 6 months, watch what happens. The body is so forgiving. It is so resilient. It is so loving. As soon as you turn around, it turns around.
Close shots of Snecky. That's his nickname around here. Anyways, that's German for snail. Mm-hmm. The lightning snail. Look at Aaron. I wish we had a camera right here. I mean, Aaron, show him the guns. Come on.
Hey, I'm doing better than I was. I mean,
hey, I know. Hey, silver from $5 to 30 plus, gold from $260 to 1,800 or whatever. I only promote what I believe in, and I've seen the results of this with my mother. Like my mother's saying she might even, and she's reclusive when it comes to radio, she might even come out and endorse this. Infowars.com to get it, or InfoWarsTeam.com, and your purchase goes towards supporting us. Beyond Tangy Tangerine, complete multivitamin mineral complex. We'll talk about it when we come back. Pollen burst, increase energy, anti-aging, antioxidant, curbs appetite, reduces oxidative damage and stress. We're all coming back with Ben Fuchs, Aaron Snecky Dykes, and more straight ahead. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Fuchs is down in San Antonio putting on an event, or was, and I heard he was going to be in town a few weeks ago. So I said, come on up to Austin. And then once he gets in here and starts talking about this, I start promoting it. And when I did the research and found out about longevity and the fact that they're one of the biggest companies now and buy up all the stuff that Dr. Wallach and his advisors have studied and think is the best, that's what I got behind. And you can go to InfoWarsTeam.com and sign up to be a distributor there. And a lot of people have done that, thousands and thousands. I think something like 10,000 people now just at InfoWarsTeam.com. Or you can just go there and buy the products. Or if you're like my mom and don't order online, I just simply give it to her. But you can also sell it to friends and family. And I'm telling you, I just gave this to multiple members of my family, and they came back later. So I've been doing the Tangy Tangerine now off and on for about 8-9 months and started promoting this. And you really enjoyed it and felt it right away. But then automatically I started getting addicted to it, which tells me, oh, my body really wants this. And then now that I've combined it with the whey protein in the morning, then I'm not as hungry all day. And then at night, instead of pigging out, bam, I just have that. And it's amazing. 2.5 weeks, 11 pounds. And I've been jogging. I'd been lifting weights, and it wasn't doing anything. My muscles just got bigger. Tell us what is in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine.
I'll tell you what's in there, but the most important part about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine is it's liquid. And the body processes liquids differently than it processes solids. When you eat a solid food, the digestive process has to kick in. When you drink a liquid, it goes right to work. And because almost 70 million, maybe more, Americans have digestive problems, if you drink your nutrients, you bypass any kind of issues that you have with the digestive system. The stuff goes right to work. And that's the most beautiful thing about that stuff is you feel it really quickly because it's going right to work.
We're going to show a photo of Aaron just in Switzerland in June, 6 months ago tonight, when he interviews you versus what he looks like now. Looks like another person, doesn't it?
Yeah. Looks like a second person.
You're going to see the old Alex Jones, too. I'm going all the way down. Mm. At my biggest, years ago, I was 270. And then I went down to about 240, just running and lifting and not eating, and then couldn't do it anymore. Went back up to about 250. Now I've gone down to like 238. But I'm going to go all the way down to 180. I'm doing it. I am going to 180. Can I do it, Aaron?
Sure, of course.
We've all got to do it in the fight against the New World Order.
You're not going to be able to withstand cravings with just willpower alone. The drives are built into your brain for these things. For many years, for eons, we linked calories with nutrition. Today we get calories without nutrition, so our brain says, that wasn't it. Go get some more calories, expecting to get nutrients with those calories, but it doesn't happen.
But you hit it with a whey shake.
You hit it with nutrients.
Goodbye.
Yes.
Tell folks what's in whey and why it's so good.
Whey is ridiculously important. In fact, next to human mother's milk, whey protein is and eggs maybe, whey protein is the most nutrient-dense food for building. And
that's cow milk protein.
Well, it's one of the proteins in cow's milk. There's two major proteins in cow's milk, casein and whey. The whey part of milk contains growth factors and immune stimulating factors, building the immune system. You're talking about cancer. The body has cancer fighters built into it. The body has molecules and entities that kill cancer, and those are part of the immune system. When you drink whey protein, the globulins, the proteins in the whey protein that are supposed to build the cow's immunity, the calf's immunity, go into your immune system and build your immune system.
I'm not joking. About a month ago, we started getting regularly in the office raw milk from San Antonio, from a farm down there, and we added it with the whey protein. Yeah. And I'm not kidding. I looked around at people we've been drinking some working up here now, and I said, are you high? And I was like, yeah, this is not placebo. We didn't say drink it and we're going to feel high. Yeah. I literally get high off of it. I mean, like high, like whoa, because I think that raw milk then activates the cold-pressed whey.
Well, whey protein has got everything you need to build things, to build muscle, to build tissue. So if you're weightlifting, if you're fighting a disease, if you're recovering from something, whey protein has all of the factors that are required for your body to build. But
you know what I'm talking about? I mean, I guess I was so undernourished that drinking raw milk with whey in it, I mean, it's not like the same high you get drinking a Coca-Cola that's got corn syrup in it. I mean, it was like I felt really good.
Whey protein contains something called tryptophan. Tryptophan is an amino acid that's involved, number one, in the neurotransmitter serotonin, which makes you really happy, really relaxed, and number two, in the hormone melatonin. And both serotonin and melatonin are not only important for mood stabilization, they're important for plugging into spirituality, for plugging into the big picture via the pineal gland. Pineal gland is this tiny little gland that sits in the middle of your head, and it processes serotonin and melatonin. And serotonin and melatonin, if you ever take melatonin, you know you have great dreams, are involved somehow in our connection with spirituality. And so when you take tryptophan, when you take things that have tryptophan, you stabilize and you help promote melatonin, serotonin metabolism. Not only does it make you feel happy, not only does it make you feel blissful, and it makes you feel plugged in. It makes you feel connected. It makes you feel like there's something going on in a big picture kind of sense, which is why they want you on Prozac and not on tryptophan.
I was about to say, because so tryptophan, I've heard, is called the natural Prozac.
It's the natural Prozac, but it works via this connection with the pineal gland.
But, I mean, what a surprise. God gives us cows. We're drinking the real thing. The globalists are so evil. They take everything good away.
Oh, check this out. Fluoride is specific for the pineal gland. Fluoride is specific for the gland that is involved in serotonin and melatonin metabolism. The pineal gland fluoridates. It absorbs fluoride more than or almost as much as any other system in the body, and the pineal gland is your connection.
And so does the thyroid. What is this? What is the numbers? I've seen numbers that it's exponential, women above 30 with thyroid dysfunction?
It's an epidemic. It's an epidemic. The thyroid gland is connected to your adrenal glands, and your adrenal glands are your stress glands. Those are the glands that are responsible for, that's the gland that's responsible for helping you combat stress. The more stress you have, the more hyperadrenal you are, the slower your thyroid will function to compensate for that. So what we have is a culture that is so stressed out, not just psychologically and emotionally, but also physiologically, that we're all hyperadrenal and our adrenal glands are burning out. The thyroid's response to that is to slow down to compensate. The adrenal glands give you this hyped up caffeine energy. The thyroid gland gives you nice, smooth, easygoing energy. Over time, when the adrenal glands are kicking in, the thyroid compensates by slowing down. So this hyperadrenalism leads to hypothyroidism, and from that point forward, Alex, every single disease is possible because the thyroid regulates every one of the 100.
All right, well, here's what's going on. How long are you here in town? You have to get on an airplane today, right? I have to get
on an airplane later today.
Well, as soon as the show's over, we got to go in there and tape this two-part interview. Okay. And I want you to go through it all with people and with Aaron. And for Aaron to throw in points. And Aaron is a private guy. I've drug Aaron in here. But, Aaron, you can be a testament to other people. I mean, you're a great example. Tell folks, because I know you've been listening to his show, and I mean, out of the full spectrum of research, I know you've told me Fuchs is one of your main sources. Overall, what have you done? Let's say my wife's listening right now, because she's wanting to implement even more of this. I'm wanting to, just enough to hear the show some and research it some, but to really dive into this. What have you done, Aaron, to lose 65 pounds in, 6 months?
I mean, again, I was working out. I just wasn't getting much results. It was very hard to kick the bad foods, basically, but it finally sunk in after a few months of hearing this stuff. I was already taking the multivitamins, the liquid stuff, and I started taking the EFAs, but once I took the omega-3 and 6 EFAs twice daily or 3 times daily, and then the whey powder twice daily, that is when I started losing weight very rapidly.
So instead of doing an Atkins diet where you just eat giant amounts of meat and then you're all with all the hormones and chemicals, you just take the essential fatty acids and the whey powder, and now you're not hungry.
I could not eat, especially in the first 2 or 3 months of this. I couldn't even hardly eat anything.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
And then you just nibble on some vegetables, fruits, and nuts and stuff.
Let me tell you,
I'm going completely on this.
One of the greatest strategies you can employ to stay younger, to lose weight, and to prevent disease is to under-calorize, to take less calories than you need. Because when the body perceives that it's getting less calories, it wants to send you out on a hunt for zebra and for wildebeest. So it sends the energy to your legs and builds muscle. Now, this is just under-calorization slightly. And so you want to under-eat slightly.
Well, no, they've got studies in mice, rats, insects, everything.
They live longer.
Exactly. When they bring it down to almost starvation, but a high-nutrient diet.
Exactly. High nutrients, low calories. And the only way to do that, Alex, the only way to do that is to get on a supplement program. The reason longevity is so wonderful is because it's so easy to do. When you get on a supplement program and you give your body nutrients without calories, every marker of health and longevity improves. It's the #1 way to improve health and longevity.
And the system knows this and sells us food to make us sick, which they then give us treatments for.
That's right. This is all biochemistry. This is not theory. This is how the body works. When it perceives low calories, it sends you out on a hunt. It makes you sharper. In fact, there are neurotransmitters in your brain that keep you alert when you're hungry.
No. That's the one reason I before would just try to willpower diet.
Yeah.
Is that I got super smart, super aggressive, and super angry. I mean, when I would go on diets and just not eat very much, my brain
nutrients.
Yeah, exactly. But I had lots of energy, but I was really mean.
Well, you were missing key nutrients, probably. It's not. You don't want to just starve yourself. You want to give yourself.
No, exactly. You're saying high nutrient, low calorie.
High nutrient.
Listen, I want to talk about this right now. Folks can call if they want to have any questions or get involved with longevity. 877-551-1301. 877-551-1301. And expanding on that, you can hear Ben over there drinking his pollen burst there in the background. And you can also go to InfoWarsTeam.com. And part of the proceeds when you buy the different vitamins and minerals and essential fatty acids and nutrients that are there goes to fund the InfoWars media operation. Again, we're not like revolutionary communists that rob banks to fund ourselves. We promote things we believe in free market, and I've done deep research because over the years I turned down so many vitamin, mineral things. I did research. When I finally got ready to get into it myself, boom, I chose longevity, and it's something you can get involved in as a home business or to sell in your grocery store, to sell in areas where you have a connection to the public or your little five and dime or your gas station, whatever the case is. People need to get this information, and they need to get involved. And again, that's InfoWarsTeam.com. There's banners up at InfoWars.com, but you can't forget it, InfoWarsTeam.com. There it is on screen, or call 877-551-1301. Now, tell us about pollen burst. Aaron, do you want a pollen burst or do you want a tangy tangerine?
I'll take the pollen.
I like this too, but I was going to do a pollen burst. Now here's a pollen burst. Tell us, Ben, what is in.
Well, there's a couple.
By the way, when you got in here, I had to say, quit popping your bottle and drinking. And right before we went live, you actually started taking a pollen burst right when you got in here.
Heck yeah!
And the first time I met you out in California, you were visiting MZ's radio stations. He's got myself and you on. You were in there. You know.
I like to mix the Beyond Tangy Tangerine with the pollen burst.
Okay, well, let's hear.
The pollen burst has got the B vitamins in there, and the B vitamins are so fascinating because most people are going to be deficient in the B vitamins because they're rapidly processed out of food. So if you're eating foods that are cooked, if you're eating foods that are frozen, if you're eating foods that are prepared in any way, you're going to be deficient in these B vitamins. And the B vitamins work on the parts of the body that move the fastest: the brain, the heart, the skin, and the digestive system. Those are the four systems that respond rapidly to the B vitamins. So you notice when you start taking the pollen burst, the B vitamins will help you think. And it's great if you have a test to take, if you're a student. The B vitamins are important for the heart. And by the way, when it comes to heart disease, we got 600,000 people in this country who die of heart disease every year. Some 64 million Americans have some form of heart disease, some form